Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, as we are closing in on a 1,000-day title reign by your WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, the Bloodline, the leader of the Bloodline, king of, head of the table. So I thought we'd look back on the 10 longest title runs in WWE history, along with the 5 longest non-WWE. Now, I do want to get an honorable mention. Right outside the top 10, we have a tie for 11th. We have 371-day title reign tie by the phenomenal AJ Styles from November 7, 2017 through November 13, 2018. He ended up losing to Daniel Bryan, who held the title for 145 days. And then we have Randy Macho Man Savage, 371 days. From March 27th of 88, he won the title at WrestleMania 4. Held it until WrestleMania 5, April 2nd, 1989. He lost it to Hulk Hogan, who held it from WrestleMania 5 through WrestleMania 6. He had it 364 days. So back in that era, if you've not gone on Peacock and watched it, you had those kind of title runs. That wasn't unusual, hold it from Mania to Mania or something like that. So number 10 on the list actually comes from John Cena. 380 days. September 17th, 06 until October 2nd, 07. Now, we don't know how long this title reign could have gone, or would have gone, or should have gone. He had relinquished the title due to this torn pack. So we could have been talking about John Cena as the longest reigning champion in the history of the sport. We don't know. Number 9 on the list, 411 days, is actually Roman Reigns in the WWE Championship. So the 2 belts he carries now, the black one. That's the WWE title. That's the one that has the lineage back to Stone Cold, Chris Jericho, Stone Cold, Rock, Shawn Michaels, Taker, Bret Hart, on back to, Morales, all that. That is that black title. That is where the lineage comes from with that one. Roman's had that 411 days since WrestleMania 38, April 3rd, 2022. Number 8 on the list comes CM Punk, 434-day title run, November 20th, 2011 through January 27th, 2013, which was the Royal Rumble. That's when he lost to The Rock, because we had to have Rock versus Cena 2 at WrestleMania instead of just once in a lifetime. We had to do twice in a lifetime. And of course, twice in a lifetime could only be that good, because of that title on it, which is bullshit. Punk should have held that fucking title all the way through Mania. But, hey, history is what history is, full of mistakes. Number 7 on the list comes from Brock Lesnar, the WWE Universal title, which is that blue belt that Roman carries right now. He held it 504 days. Of course, he never defended the damn thing. He held it from April 2nd, 2017, which was a Mania, through August 19th, 2018. He lost it to Roman Reigns. Roman held it for 64 days. Next up, we have the current reigning WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. As of today's 990 days, that Universal title is the blue one. He won it August 30th, 2020. So for him to pass, next on the list, number 5, is Pedro Morales, 1,027 days, February 2nd, 71 through December 1st, 73. He lost to Stan Stasiak, who held it for 9 days. Now, the lineage of the Pedro Morales title is that black one he has, so he's not even close on that one. Number 4 on the list, Bruno Sammartino, his second one on here, 1,237 days, December of 73 through April of 77. He lost it to Superstar Billy Graham, who held it 296 days. Number 3 on here is held by Hulk Hogan, 1,474 days, January of 84 through February of 88. This is where kind of the old history of WWE is kind of funky. He lost it to Andre the Giant in a disqualification. Andre sold it to Ted DiBiase, so Ted DiBiase was champion. They ended up stripping of the title. Let me see if I can pull this up here real quick and get the full on this, which is quite comical actually if you think about it, that you could sell a title back in the day. I mean, just some of the storylines back. You try that now, holy shit. I mean, people will lose their fucking mind. Let's see if we can get it. Here it is. So Andre beat Hogan. This was main event 1, February 5th, 88. Andre defeated Hulk Hogan. See, Andre defeated Hulk Hogan when referee Earl Hebner, who was bribed by Ted DiBiase, scored the 3 count despite Hogan raising his shoulder at 1 count. Immediately after the win, the title from Hulk Hogan, after winning the title from Hulk Hogan, Andre handed the championship belt to Ted DiBiase, but WWF President Jack Tunney ruled that as vacating the title, and therefore DiBiase's reign not recognized by WWE. He was announced as such in the following days, and even defended the title once against Bam Bam Bigelow 3 days later in a live event in February 8, 88. WWF President Jack Tunney refused to recognize Ted DiBiase as champion and vacated the title. WWE recognized the vacancy as starting February 5th, which was the day of everything that went on, and the date of the controversy rather than the day in which the announcement was made. And a video aired on tape delay on February 13, 1988. This went on to, so this was for almost a year that title was vacated, because that was February of 88, and then March of 88 at WrestleMania, a month and a half. March of 88, that's when Randy Macho Man Savage won the title at WrestleMania 4, lost the title at WrestleMania 5 to Hogan, who took it to WrestleMania 6. That was the IC title versus the WWE title with Warrior. Warrior relinquished the IC title and held the World title until Royal Rumble the following year, lost it to Slaughter, who lost it to Hogan at Mania. So yeah, that was a hell of an era. 371, 364, 293. That is what a world championship does timelines, not everything else that went on. Alright, number 2 on the list, we have Bob Backlund. Well, there's some stories on this one too. Bob Backlund, 2,135 days, WWE champion, February of 78 through December of 83. Now, he lost the title to Antonio Inoki that was never recognized by WWE. And then when Inoki passed away, so Backlund won it from Superstar Billy Graham. The title was renamed the WWF Heavyweight title at the time, because before that it was the WWF title. And that was in 79. During an episode, okay, so that's when he talked Inoki, when Corey Graves actually said Inoki was champion, but was never officially recognized. So Backlund beat Inoki in Tokushima, Japan. Then it was vacated, and then Backlund won it back. I got it back. Defeated Bobby Duncan in a Texas death match to fill the vacancy, which still wasn't completely recognized by WWE. So when Backlund won it versus Superstar Billy Graham, lost it to Inoki, which wasn't officially by WWE, won it back from Bobby Duncan in a Texas death match, wasn't official by WWE. They included all that into one title reign, so it's kind of a wonky 2,135 day title reign. And then obviously the number 1 overall most WWE days as champion, Bruno Sammartino, 2,803 days, May of 63 through January 71. Now back then they didn't defend the title like they do now. Well, kind of like Roman does now. He lost it to Ivan Kozlov, who held it for 21 days. Alright, big days for Roman Reigns coming up. 1,000 days is the 28th, which is Sunday. 1,027 days is June 23rd of 23. 1,237 days is January 18th, 2024. So basically he would have to hold it until the Royal Rumble. To get to 1,474 days, which is third all time, he has to hold it to September 12th, 2024. To get to Bob Backlund, number 2 all time at 2,135 days, he's got to hold until July 5th, 2026. To become the all-time leader in days as a world champion, 2,803 days. May 3rd, 2028. Put that in a little perspective here. We just had WrestleMania 39. He has to hold this title through WrestleMania 44 in order to go the most all time. Honestly, if I had to go, well, let's see, when's he going to lose it? I'm thinking Mania next year would be my guess. Honestly, I think he ruined the Cody thing. I know a lot of insiders and experts say the whole thing with Cody wasn't ready, that wouldn't have made sense and all that. Does it make sense now? I mean, I don't know. I mean, there isn't a young guy that you can build Braun Breaker up, I think, maybe. Could you have Breaker at the main roster after Battleground, win the Money in the Bank, maybe, lose on a cash-in, win the Rumble, go on the Mania? I mean, it's possible. I mean, I think you would shoot his career if you did that. Do I hate Roman Reigns being champion that long? No, he doesn't defend the damn thing, so why does it matter? I mean, Night of Champions, all the titles on the line, except for in 2023, because Roman Reigns is at the table. He's the longest reigning champion. We want to protect that title. We'll put him in a tag title match. And that's going to be the most wonkiest Indian tag title match we've ever seen, because Roman ain't eating the pin. And Solo might eat the pin, but they're not winning. And then we have the new world title coming out. But yet, Roman still has 2 titles, so technically there's 3 lineages for titles. Supposedly they're supposed to use the lineage of the original world title that came out in 2002 for the new title, which is fine. I'm good with that. I like lineages. But then you have the WWE title, which is the black title. You have the Universal title, which is the blue title. And then you have the new world title. We don't need 3 world titles. So let's do this. Let's take those 2 titles off because the Universal title has the 990 days, but the world title has the lineage. We can't really combine the 2. Doesn't make sense. So let's do this. When he finally does lose, we start the lineage. We basically get rid of the Universal title, and then we have 1 title, which the WWE title has all the lineage tied to it. But you really can't do that until Roman loses. So, anyway, now the longest title reigns non-WWE. Number 5, the NWA World Title. Sweet Charlotte, 10 pounds of gold. Gene Kinsky, 1,131 days, January 66 through February of 69. He lost to Dory Funk Jr. Number 4, Dan Severn, 1,479 days as NWA World Champion. February of 95 through March of 99. That actually also was kind of part of the WCW era as well. Oh, actually, no, those is more early. It is. This is before NWA TNA and after WCW NWA. Number 3 was Dory Funk Jr., 1,563 days, which actually coincided with Gene Kinsky, the number 5, because Gene lost it to Dory Funk. Dory Funk held it from February of 69 through March of 73 and lost it to Harley Race, 1,563 days. Number 2, we go all the way back to 1949. November of 49 through March of 56. Lou Thesz held it 2,300 days, the NWA World Title. Lost it to Whisper Billy Watson. The longest reigning champion outside of WWE was the old AWA title, Vern Gagne, 2,629 days. August of 68 through November of 75, lost it to Nick Bockwinkel. So as we prepare for the 1,000-day total of Roman Reigns coming up on Sunday, celebration I believe is this Friday, we are going to see these are the 10 longest title runs in the history of WWE. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.